up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey. We are down here, honey, to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac, girl. Both were pretty good. We're going to get into it. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know that you stopped by. We are still down here because the time moved back. So it's light. So we're going to be down here for a little while. We'll move inside probably when it starts raining in the morning and stuff like that. Because it's still cool in the morning and sunny. It rained last night. We got a little rain last night. So it's real cool. The ground, like the air is just crisp. I love it when the sun is out, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Sun is out, crisp air, birds flying in the air. You know what I'm saying? Crisp air. So I love that. So go ahead and like, subscribe, comment. Let me know you stopped by. Go ahead and timestamp any of the portion of the video that you want to, stand out. Go ahead and do the timestamp of that. So let's see. I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville first. The episode was pretty good. I watched it. Did I watch it last night? I think I watched it last night or yesterday. No, I watched it last night. I also watched Potomac last night too. And let's go ahead and talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville first. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and marriage, go together like a horse and carriage. That's what they need to play at the beginning. Shout out to Married with Children. All right. They're at the middle-aged basketball game. They're out there playing basketball. Courtney lets the men know that his wife is going to have a peace party. He also wants to start investing in commercial real estate. You hear Marshall say that he offered the same thing to Martell, and Martell still hasn't done anything. He's waiting for a woman, to get a woman who's going to be more tenacious and ambitious than he, and then get her to agree that he's the man of the house and to be the man, and then she's going to do all the work behind the scenes, kind of like what he did with Melody. He said that, Melody invited him to Destin, and, they asked him, are the kids going to be confused about, what's happening with them or whatever? And he was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And, any person with half of a brain knows that little children, when their parents get divorced, unless, child, if you watch Killer Sally, them kids were like, some of the kids would be like, leave, but y'all be telling children to stay in a child's place, so they just watch you go through the bullshit instead of being like, mommy, daddy, y'all don't need to be together because y'all are really unhappy, but y'all want the kids to stay in a child's place, so they just sit there and suffer and watch y'all stay for the kids. Yep. And they just watch, Y'all need to listen to the kids. They'll tell you. But there is truth to it. The children will see mommy and daddy hanging out, laughing, and think that maybe they'll get back together, right? The older ones probably are like, they know or have a better understanding. But the little ones, they probably like, oh, mommy and daddy are together. This is fun. Where did daddy go? Especially that little one, the little one, and then the boy too, because I felt like the boy would be like, oh, mommy and daddy are getting back together. I felt like he would be like that. They understand the divorce, he said, and they understand happiness. So hopefully they have done some really good explaining to them. I don't know. Maybe a therapist has told them to explain that they're happy when they're not together, happier when they're not together. And in order for them to develop in a healthy way, both of their parents need to be happy and attuned. So we're happier when we're not together. We're in disharmony when we're together. If you explain it like that, like we don't get along when we're together. So in order for us, everybody, to develop in a healthy way, it's best that mom and dad don't live together, right? That's it. And that's it. The kids still have hope. Marshall let us know that his parents are divorced, and when they started dating again, I guess, I really want a backstory of who they are and where they came from. Carlos, can we get like a where did they come from? And you could do it for the whole cast, because I'm interested in knowing where the Scott brothers came from. I want to know who their mama and daddy was. I want that story. That's the story I want. That's the story I want, because I need to understand, you know, where it started, where the foundation was laid, because I know that a lot of their behavior came from their peers, right? In college and stuff like that, they get a lot of these ideas, but they had to have seen something, and somebody had to tell them for it to stick in this way, that they are above women. Like somebody told them that, and somebody put that in their mind. So I need to know where or when that moment happened. I need to know that. Mel and Stormi, they go to a crystal shop, look like a massage. They have massages in there. Dream something on the outside. Dream World, I think it said Dreamscapes or something like that. So they're in their shop. They have both had on their little blue, periwinkle. They had on blue, and they were in there. Stormi is like, I really want to have this party. I want everybody to be good. So I wanted, get the crystals, just have a peace party, right? Girl, Melody goes, I need to get a black obsidian, because, for a Scorpio. Girl. Drink every time Melody reminds you she's a Scorpio, girl. It's the best thing ever. So she said she wants to, I need to tell you what happened after we had, the thing that happened down to Madani. She says, Wanda was out of line. We talked about how Wanda was out of line. We talked about how we were going to maintain healthy boundaries, that we were going to bring things to each other and not bring in the social media. She's like, and I was really in a good place. I was really like, energetically, I was in a good place. Even when Tisha tried to like shade me and we all caught that, right? We all caught that Tisha loves to make sure that we know the narrative that Melody cheated on Martell. Letitia is going to make sure we remember that. When you stepped out, on Martell, that was what it was talking about. Yeah, we all caught that. You're not smart enough. Not smart enough, right? I don't plan on trying to be Tisha's friend. We're cool. It's nothing, right? I don't have to be her friend. I want to plan something. I just want to know where you guys are. She was like, what are you trying to plan, girl? She's like, telling her about the party or whatever. And she said, who is all? So she names off everybody. And she says, okay, what is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this, of the party? And she was like, I just want everybody, I want it to be healing. I want us to just start from scratch, everybody to get out what they want to get out. I just want to start all over. So fine. So we're going to see how that's going to work out, child. So Courtney and Marshall, they go to one of Marshall's commercial property. It looked like did it look like a motel, hotel, Holiday Inn? It looked like something like that, where they sat down in a little office space or little, lounge area. And he's basically telling him he wants to invest. I don't want nothing. I just want to buy the property, kind of like flipping it. Right. So that's what he wants to do. He's like, I got the money. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, do this. And he was like, okay, I can show you or whatever. So they're having their conversation. Is this just going to be you? This is Marshall trying to figure out, who am I going to be dealing with business wise? Am I deal with you, or am I deal with you and Stormi? He said, oh, it's always going to be Courtney and Stormi. I said, I know that's right. You niggas don't understand partnership. This is what partnership looks like. He said it's always gonna be us. We partners. Well, how does that kind of spill over? We gonna do everything together. Everything we doing it together. I fall back. Well, didn't I just say that the other day? I said, if y'all in those types of relationships, kudos to you. Kudos to you. If you are in a partnership where the man knows when to fall back, and when where he is strong, let him do his thing. Where you are strong, let her do her thing. And that's how it works. Where I'm weak, you got me. Where you're weak, I got you. That's how it fucking works. Like, imagine yourselves on a scale. You and your husband on one end of the scale. All the things you do and all the things he does. And how is it weighing out for you? Right? Look at how it weighs out for you. All you got to do is see how it weighs out. And what's supposed to be doing is y'all supposed to be balancing. And where he gets a little weak, you get a little strong. So you can balance it right back on out. That's how it works. That is partnership. This marriage ownership template y'all got, where you think you're better and over your wives, is outdated, and the women are waking the fuck up. They're waking the fuck up. They waking up. Well, she do everything in the house. He says, I think you would make more together. I think you would make more together. Little does he know, all of this is riding on Tisha's credit score, okay? Little does he know, I wonder, well, I mean, he's probably seen the episodes knowing that Tisha has more shares than everybody. She's the one that's calling the shots. So, he probably doesn't know that. But he was like, well, we've made 17 million. He said, well, he said you could probably make more. Probably make 30 million. But you a man, honey. You got it. You're going to make all the decisions. It's crazy when he put it like that. Do you know how much more money you can make if you worked with your wife? You could double it. He said we would end up splitting up. That's crazy. That is so crazy that you don't see that investing in the partnership would not make you more money, but would make you break up. That's fucking crazy to me. When he said that, I was like, God damn. And he be sitting there thinking he looking smart, looking all snaggletooth and shit. Nigga, get your teeth together. Wear them top teeth. He be thinking he looking so damn smart. I be like, you sound dumb as hell. You sound like I wouldn't want you to lead nowhere. If you think that partnering with your wife would break you up and not make you more money when it's actually her that has the most shares and is using her fucking credit score to keep your goddamn businesses afloat, and you think that partnering with her on a more equal level would break you up, not make you more money, that's a problem. That's a problem. To me, that's a problem. Kimmi and Maurice, they sitting down having chocolate martinis movie night, right? So they letting us know that movie night is because Kimmi had a rough week. So we like, what's going on? Everybody knows what's going on, right? I had to be strong. I had a hard week. She says she found a lump in her breast and then found another one underneath her arm. So we send in love to Kimmi because, you know, that's a very scary thing that happens a lot of times for a lot of women. She said she didn't know if she wanted to continue filming, but she felt like she needed to share it in order to help. And if I could just help one person, that's what I said. I always say that. I remember a professor telling me, if you just help one person, mission accomplished. And when she said that, it reminded me of my professor telling me that. And it's true. And I was like, kudos to Kimmi for having the strength, because it's not for Black women. We live in a space and we have been socialized to like endure a lot of pain, and a lot of that pain sometimes it manifests in our health, or in the lack of health, or the decrease of health. And so her being able to be this strong person and say, you know what, I'm going to share my story, that's huge. Because we're not encouraged. Sometimes we're encouraged. A lot of the times people don't tell you until it's like the last minute. They've been dealing with it by themselves. They won't mention it. So good for her, because I'm sure that was kind of like something she just had to like kind of think about. Do I want to show this about myself? She's tearing up. Of course, it's very emotional. Mighty Mouse is up there tearing up. I was with him, honey, when she was like, I was like, Kimmi, shut up. I'm trying to feel sad for you, and then you're going to say some dumb shit at the end. But it goes to show you, because we always say the nurses, they tell the women, they tell the doctors when the women start having medical issues, they inform women very early that your husband may not be there for you. So when she said, I know this wasn't what you signed up for. He looked at her like, what? I did the same thing. I was like, okay, me and Mighty Mouse is on the same page. Girl, what? Did you just say that to me? But she's saying that because it's true. Men don't typically stick around. They don't. They're used to being taken care of. And when it's time to be the caregiver, it's not balanced. It's very imbalanced. And a lot of women end up doing more work in their illness, trying to take care of themselves with somebody there. And it's like, what the fuck are you here for in sickness and in health? Till death do us part. You understand what I'm saying? She says she doesn't want to shut her friends out. She doesn't want anybody to be sad or to think the worst. She doesn't want to tell people because the response might be too overwhelming, and she doesn't want to deal with it that way. Completely understood that. And I love that Mighty Mouse was like, I'm just saying prayers that I always say the right thing and always do the right thing. I was like, okay, good. We watch. I got my good eye on you, nigga. Okay. We got to get a living will. These are things we need to think about. And she said, I know you didn't sign up for this. Look. That was my face too. Girl, what? I took a screenshot because I was like, Kimmi, shut up. What are you talking about? We're trying to feel sad for you, girl. And you over here talking about, I know you didn't sign up for this. Hush. And that it's really sad because we do that as women. It's like, I don't want to burden you with my illness. And it's fucked up. But so many women operate like that because they know. And I was just watching a TikTok the other day, a woman in nursing, in the medical. She was like, the men, they come into the nursing homes. They don't have no visitors. They don't have nobody coming to see them, nothing. But the women, they find community with each other. Even if they damn kids leave them in the nursing home, the women are going to figure out a way to be in community with each other. The men, they be sitting there lonely. Nobody comes and visits them. They just die out. But the men also, like I've heard a lot of nurses and people in the medical industry say, when a woman gets an illness that's going to be chronic, or maybe she's going to have there's going to be a lot of caregiving that needs to happen, they warn the women that your husband might not stick around. And there's so many stories that kind of validates that. So you kind of got to watch the men, especially like a chauvinistic man, yeah. And it's crazy. It's like, because you're the man of the house, but then it's like you look at the women as the caregivers. The men don't have to be caregivers. And that's really sad. I think we should change that. I really think we should change. I was watching one of my videos from the other day. Somebody left a comment, so I bumped it up on the community tab, and I was talking about my grandmother taking care of my grandfather in her 80s, taking care of her husband who has Alzheimer's and who has to wear a diaper and all these different things, and her lifting him up and taking him to the bathroom while my father, who claims to be the patriarch, sits there and watches his 83-year-old mother pick his father up and take him, not help her, not lift a finger, not move. Do you hear me? Would not move. My aunt jumps up and helps, or my cousin, my female cousin, jumps up. The men don't move. They just sit there and watch the women carry a man to the bathroom to change his diaper. And then when you ask them, why you couldn't do that? I can't deal with stuff like that. But you're the man. You're the man. You don't help in any way to take care of your father? That's crazy to me. Crazy. That's something that we have to change where, I mean, I think it starts with giving little boys dolls so they learn how to be more caring and nurturing to somebody else instead of crashing trucks together. I'm just saying. Something we need to think about because that's really bad. But it's true that the men abandon their wives in their sickest, most darkest valleys. It's sad. So we got our eye on Maurice, and hopefully he seems, he was getting emotional. He was showing emotion. He was comforting her. That's all the stuff that I'm watching for. Not what you saying out your mouth. I want to see if he's comforting her, if he's touching her, if he's trying to soothe her. He was doing all that. I was watching him rub her ear. Honey, I got my good eye on these niggas, honey, because they do a lot of that talking. But you got to watch them. Had he not showed any expressions of comfort and wanting to comfort her, I would be looking at Maurice crazy. Truly, truly, truly. Baby, we get to Stormi's house. I love a wraparound porch. Oh, I love her. I said, oh my God, look at her wraparound porch. Her porch goes all the way around the fucking house. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. She had the violinist there, so nice. It was really nice, really, really nice. I love that she said at the beginning, this is my home. This is where I'm peaceful. That's something that you really have to make clear. Like I was thinking about Quad when she said that, inviting the people into her home, and then conflict starts in her home. Hopefully she went through and just cleared all of that energy in there, because the energy could get stagnant in places and you don't understand why in this area of the house you feel uneasy. Clean that energy. So I was glad that she was like, yes, this is my home, this is my sanctuary. My home is my sanctuary too. Your home should be your sanctuary too. That your home should be a place where it's peaceful, there's comforting, there's no like conflict, there's no war, there's no battling, none of that stuff, right? Your sanctuary, your safe space. This is just what I need, Kimmi said. Kimmy's not ready to share information until she gets confirmation from the doctors. Can somebody call Mia Teddy Perkins Thornton? What's her name? Mia Thornton. That's what her name is, right? Tell her this is how you do it. You don't tell everybody that you found a lump, you went to the doctor, and you wait for, because it's going to just send everybody through it. You're going to emotionally trigger people. You cannot do stuff like that. You have to be delicate like that because you don't know what it is. Mia, the way she went about it versus the way Kimmi went about it, I would take Kimmi's route. Also, Kimmi doesn't want the attention on her. That's another different thing, right? Because she even said, I don't want the people overwhelming me with their, what can I do? How can I help? Da 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 da. Mia wants that. She wants people to be like, girl, what can we do? Oh my God, da 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 da. That's what she did, and Kimmi did what she did, right? Baby, I screamed when Letitia showed up in them damn picnic shorts. I said, girl, why? What was the memo? What was the memo? Why did all the other women look like they were going to have, a nice little dinner outside, and you came and then she had like this can in her hand. I was like, bitch, you look like you came to a barbecue. Did she tell her it was barbecue? I was like, why is she? I was so embarrassed. I'm sorry. I was embarrassed for her. She was like, well, I mean, you said we was going to be outside sitting down, so I wore shorts. Yeah, because you look crazy, honey, with a can with a straw in it. Girl, it's a mess. She says, I'm not going to say anything. We decided there's not going to be any attacks on social media. So we're going to say things to each other's face. So let's see how this goes. Has anybody checked in with Destiny? Where's Destiny? Destiny, not Destiny. Is that her name? Is that her name? Destiny? Is that her name? That sounds weird. Okay, anyways, she checked in with Destiny. And then she brings her cousin Demi. Is that her name? Why did you bring her? That's, to me, that is that's bad etiquette. It really is bad etiquette. But I don't know what we should expect from someone as immature as Madani. Because you don't bring, and then this is called a peace party. You don't need to bring backup. I don't know. I thought it was weird that she brought her. And then I'm glad that Stormi said, you brought someone uninvited. I don't know if I would have said it like that in front of the lady, But because that was a little kind of like, could be come off as rude, but I definitely would have said something like, you didn't tell me you were gonna bring anybody. Like, girl, what's up? I didn't appreciate that. Melody is embarrassing herself. She's in her interview talking about Melody embarrassing herself, fighting with the grandma, fighting with the grandma down to the Madani, right? So I guess she was like, I didn't know you were gonna bring a guest. I didn't invite her to my home. My home is my place of peace. I feel like on Valentine's Day I had a little something to do with that. So I want to make sure that we have a better night, just make up for that and have a better night. Okay. Um, because girl, you threw a chair. Remember they said Destiny threw a chair? They said she threw a chair, y'all. Destiny, you really have a lot of maturing to do. And it's okay. And it's okay. I hope that if you're still at the level of maturity that you are when this was taping, you probably won't look at yourself and see something is not right. You're not operating from your best place. You're coming off so immature, and it's something that you should really, really, truly work on, because it's unbecoming. It really is. And I don't know, like, I don't know. It's unbecoming, and it's like it's very very stubborn. It's very, I don't even want to say it's childish. It's just immature. There's a lack of maturity there when it comes to your emotions and how you process things, how you communicate. You have a lot of work to do. And I'm concerned with women who jump from relationship to relationship without even working on their relationships with the women around you. What makes you think that you're going to be different? The way that you communicate with Liberic, the way you communicate with Melody, is the way you're going to communicate with Moses. You don't know how to communicate, and you're very immature in your conflict resolution skills. It's very immature. And it's just like, girl, it's so unbecoming. She's at the table. They asked her something. She was like, nope. And it's like, I'm not going to even think about it. It's like the impulsivity of a person under 25. That's how you operate. A person whose frontal lobe isn't all the way mature. You do, like, seriously, that's no shade. That's true. Like, you're not even thinking about, and you're just responding. You're not even thinking and just respond. That's what people under 25 do. Impulse, poor decision making. That's what it's giving. It's giving underdeveloped frontal lobe. That's what it's giving. They go around and say, they're supposed to say affirmations. I can be and do anything. I can overcome anything. This is what Kimmi is saying. Everybody's wondering, Kimmi is getting teary-eyed. Melody in our interview says something must be going on with her. We don't see Kimmi cry. So something must be really going on with her. And hopefully whatever it is that she's going through, she can get past it. And she, it is. It's always, if she's ready to talk, she's ready to talk, right? They asked her, you ready to talk about it? She says, not right now. So everybody knows what's happening. Hope she's okay. So they want to play what I heard, what I said, and what I meant. I think it's actually a really good game if it was a little bit more structured, where maybe you could have said, when I was in conflict with you, what I meant to say was, or what you understood was, and I want to explain it a little bit more. I don't know. I felt like it was not organized enough it wasn't structured enough. And I guess that's a way to just get it to go off the rails, maybe. Tiffany, do you have anything? Tiffany is another one. I don't think she's in touch with her emotions. There's a lot of things that Black women need to work on, that it's odd that we just need to work on expressing ourselves and stop acting so cool. Like everything is so cool, nothing's bothering me. Like, I don't have anything. I really don't have anything. And it's like, it's weird. It's like, you don't have nothing. Nothing. You don't want to say nothing. Like, you don't have a problem with anybody. You didn't miscommunicate with anybody. There wasn't, conflict that started from miscommunication, and you wanted to clarify that. Nothing. She said, I guess with Destiny. And Destiny was like, okay, girl, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She goes, oh, is that Detroit? Well, the first time at her brunch, you exaggerated your response. Basically, the way you responded to what I said was an exaggeration because what I said, how can you tell somebody how they responded was too much? Like, but apparently they met each other before, and this was something that that Destiny already knew. Y'all explain to me what Tiffany was talking about. She's another one where it's easy to get in conflict with somebody who doesn't communicate well. It's so easy. And it's like, girl, what are you saying? What are you talking about? I don't even know what she was talking about. I don't know. But she tried to make it seem like Destiny's response to what she said was too much. She like overreacted. I was like, okay, girl, that was crazy. Delivery is something that I'm working on. She says it was actually Melanika. That lets me know that you even being more shady because Melanika don't look shit like Destiny. And then for you to say, was that his wife when she was up there getting an award? I don't know. That was weird. I was like, okay. Anyways, Destiny, what about you? Everyone's great. Everything's great. Please, I really want Carlos to let Destiny go. Destiny has a lot of work to do. Destiny needs to be on a show where she is working on the way that she communicates and the way that she processes her emotions because it's very immature. And for her to not even be able to say anything, we're going to see how she communicates with Melody next week. We'll see. Letitia doesn't have anything either. I don't have no problems with nobody. I don't have anything with anybody. She should have said, Melody and I already talked about how we were going to operate, on social media and stuff. So we're not going to have any miscommunication. So we good. Like, it's like the inability to express themselves is it bothers me. It bothers me. I wish they would open up more. I guess they're trying to avoid conflict, but again, it doesn't make for good TV. Destiny, I would let her go. I wouldn't, she wouldn't be employed under my production company anymore. You won't open up. Like, girl, you need to get the tools that you need to be successful here. You don't have the tools to be successful here. You need to go get the tools so that you can come back and you can be successful here, so that people can get to know you. You don't know you. So you don't even know how to process your emotions. You don't even know how to talk to people. You don't communicate well. This is not the place. A reality television show, not the place for Destiny at all. She's not thriving in this environment. Release her to the community. I can't wait to get my sweatshirt. I just ordered my sweatshirt. Shout out to Rodney the Voice. For real. Okay. Well, Melody, it's your turn. Melody, when I went down to the Madani reopening, you said I didn't speak. I actually did speak to you. I actually said your name. Something must have been misheard. And then they say knowing what you know now with the new information that you have, does that change the way that you feel? No. I said, oh, that's that's like a kid, like literally like a middle school child's response. An adult would say, you know what? That's what shows it's an immaturity, because as you mature, you would say, you know what? I fucked up. I didn't hear you, or maybe the way that you said it to me kind of was like you talked over me. So maybe I didn't hear you because the way that you talked over me, but I mean, you did speak, so my bad. But she's not there, and she says she's not there, and I want her to go get it, so when she comes back, she can operate in her best self, and we can get to know who the fuck Destiny is. This immature miscommunicator is whack. And the fact that you trying to jump into relationships with people and you don't even have your shit together, and you already in another relationship, that's crazy to me. That's seriously crazy to me. It shows me that you don't want to work on yourself, because you would spend some time with yourself, at least 2 years with yourself, so that you can learn how to communicate. So when you do go to the next relationship, you're a better version of the last person. But whatever, that was the end of the episode. Y'all take care of each other, protect your energy. Let me know what you think of the episode. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.